So what is up, everybody? It's me. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Bring it. At True Star Screamer. I will never do that gag again. That one, yeah. Anyway, we are here with another Action Force review. Yeah, that's right. I'm kind of going down that rabbit hole because I am weak. But we were looking at the Wave 3 Action Force figures of Steel Brigade, Killswitch, and Eclipse. And there is a reason I am doing all three of these at once. And that's because they are essentially all on the same buck. That's not a bad thing, actually. We got Steel Brigade, which is our main trooper. Zoom in, Dave. There we go. Now you guys got the bio. Feel free to hit pause. We also have Eclipse, which I'm actually very eager to look at. Feel free to pause. That's right, I'm not going through all this stuff. And Killswitch. She is going to be our sample for going over the body itself and articulation as well. And then we'll go back to the other two and we'll talk about their details. So, enough. Oh, right, almost forgot. Zoom it in. Her name's actually, I find it interesting, her last name's Layla, which is my cat's, one of my cat's names, but still. I do also have Pandora here. She will be getting a review under herself just due to the fact that she's got some different things going on for her. But, enough about boxes. Let's get these toys open. So a couple things to keep in mind about these. They are different from the first two waves. I don't have the tray in front of it. That is a little different. Also, yeah, there's one of the guns. We'll talk about that in a second. These guys are actually tied, or these gals. These gals are actually tied in, so I had to use plastic nips to take out the ties. I'm not sure I'm a fan of that. I think I would have been happy just having it in the clamshell. Also, the base, I'm not taking it out right now, but that's actually in the box. It's taped in there. So here is Killswitch. And I've got her here, now I've got her in a pose, I think actually one that shows off some of the nice parts of the articulation. I've got her also with the gear that is shared with the other figures. So she does have some unique accessories, as do the other two, but this is basically the stuff they all share in common. The reason I went to this pose because I really wanted to show off two very neat things. One, I love the fact that she can actually reach around and grab the knife from the back. I think that is absolutely awesome that she can pull that off. Second, look how tight this is across her chest. Now, she does not have a butterfly joint. None of the female bucks do. But in the design, they put enough of a cut here that it is deep enough that it doesn't need a butterfly joint. This is absolutely awesome. I mean, I love the modern Shriek buck. I think that's probably one of the best things Hasbro has done, yes. But Vala, he went light years ahead with this. This is the same pistol, I believe, that comes with trigger as well, and the knife back here that's back here is the same knife that was packaged with the Garrison Trooper. They are, of course, doing troop building females as well, and we'll talk a little bit about the slight difference on that. With the vest on here, it does have two pouches for clips, again shared with all of them. This vest is shared with all three. Same with the side holster, with two sculpted in clips, which I honestly don't mind at all. The gun is very well painted. One very, very important thing to know about these bucks. They are tight. And I don't mean like, yo, that's tight, man! I mean, I had to hit all three of these with a hairdryer. And I recommend doing that these days a lot, just because, one, it's cold, and two, who knows with the plastic quality coming out. Me with some classified figures have been pretty tight. But all three of these have been very tight. I'm enjoying the Valaverse figure. I'm enjoying what Bobby Vala is doing with his designs, but I will make sure you guys know all the positives and, yes, the potential negatives. Another thing about that, because it's being tight, it does put a lot of stress on this bicep joint if you try to move it when it's really tight, because I was really worried that this arm would come out. While we've got this up here, yes, we've got our, again, you can hear, feel how, see how tight that is. We've got our shoulders, double jointed pinless elbows, which again, when I fold it up here, just try to support as much as you can because I don't want stress here. Because of course, after you heat it up, this is really soft. Drop down hips. We've got a waist swivel. The vest here, unfortunately, does completely hinder the ab crunch and torso. I will take that off and showcase that in a moment. Knees, double jointed. Again, tight. But very nice. Basic ankle pivot and ankle rocker. I mean, she does everything I want an action figure to do. It's just, if I can find some way to loosen her up permanently. I mean, I want a figure that can hold this pose, but it is, I'm gonna be straight up. It's work to pose her. The vest is removable. It's just, there's two clasps here on the sides. I find it easier to pop off the head. And I actually work the neck joint down. If there's an easier way out there, feel free to let me know in the comments. Heck, while you're in the comments, just like hit a comment. Feel free to like. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. That's right. We're almost at 250, so come on. I know I'm no articulated ninja. I mean, that guy got 10,000 subscribers in 1 year. Speaking of, I mean, he's the guy, of course, who turned me on to this, and he was on the 3POA podcast. Oh my gosh, I highly recommend watching that one. You will see, you get some great insights of the toy industry from Bobby Valla, especially since he apparently had a few drinks in him that night. And he was ranting. It was absolutely entertaining, but it gave a very good insight. And I'll be frank, it kind of killed a little of my all Hasbro enthusiasm. Sorry for the commentary, but it's a great way of killing some time. It's kind of sitting like Hasbro is like WWE, and Valaverse is like AEW if you're a wrestling fan. Alright, tie right over. And it worked just perfectly of getting all this. Now this is, again, another one of my slight complaints. That vest was holding that belt in place, so once you take off the vest, that belt is flying loose everywhere. So again, puts a little more work onto it. Just being straight up with you. Now, with the vest off, we now have this access to this great torso pivot. It's on a ball joint, so she can twist up here as well as with the wrist, with the regular waist, so you can spin her around and get some very nice poses. The open troop builders with these, my one major issue with them is in their design because they're very monochromatic. I do like how the colors are broken up and gives it much more personality. I might buy two of them and literally just switch the torsos and the legs just to give them some depth. The vest, again, holds up great. Great detail on this, by the way. I love the spine on the back. Still has a hole there if you want to give her a backpack. And the designs are good. And the clips hold in there just fine. But this, as I mentioned before, we can lean all the way, go back this way. Ab crunch forward a little more. This definitely gives us more than the shrink body, but the shrink body does pose a lot more fluid. So that is the basics of this buck. Let me break out the other two, and we'll kind of talk about the designs. I will get this vest back on her, and let's showcase what these girls can do. So here we have all three out. And once again, this makes me want to spend more money. They did a beautiful job of taking 3 of these same bodies and 80% of the same accessories and still make it me want more. I mean, this is not just like a secret diversity here. We'll go through all of them. I did not mention, but of course they do come with their slew of hands. They all have the same hands. You get your your 2 fists. You get your supporting your weapon hand, and then you get 2 gripping hands. All of these hands here are in and out motion, and the gun holding hands are all the roll the dice hands. I almost never switch out the hands, to be honest. Unless I'm going for a very specific pose. I usually keep it all with the trigger hands. They usually do all the tricks for me. Plus, remember I mentioned how tight these are? Those hands are, yeah, again, heat them up. If you are going to be messing around with the Series 3, keep a hair dryer on hand. It is almost essential. That being said, kind of go through some of the details on here. Of course, you got your blatant ones that you see here from the uniform changes. Beige, green, different shin guards, the different coloring. And God, it makes a difference. When I first saw Killswitch, okay, actually, this is my one thing. These are all Action Force. When I first saw Killswitch, I actually thought she was going to be part of the Garrison Cavalry. And I kind of wanted to have her to be a squad commander for me. I mean, I'm not disappointed, but I hope we get a Garrison Cavalry female trooper next. To talk about her, some absolute things to mention: the details. The eyes all these are painted beautifully. Her nose ring, I do not know how they painted that, but there is no smear. It came out impeccable. The uniform got the silver buckles on the shoulders, got the Action Force logo. A little bit of weathering here on the front, a little bit of weathering on here. She has seen some battle. She comes, well, again, her hair well done. She comes with a sniper rifle, which has a hole for a weapon effect, and then she has a machine gun of some sort. The clip on the sniper rifle is removable, not on this. This, if you're using a flash effect, is the one that goes around the barrel. All these, again, got a little bit of paint on them, which is nice. They're solid. And then she also comes with a masked head, so you could use this either A, for covert options version of Killswitch, or make her into a generic trooper. All 3 of these heads do move around, and she's got, but you gotta keep in mind the necks on these are painted for the skin tone. So, Garrison, the Steel Brigade, move that out of the way. Got the Steel Brigade logo on the chest. Again, very nice battle damage. It is not the same battle damage on here, so each one of these has some unique scuffing. The clips are silver on her. Here they were just generic gray. We've got the full face helmet, so I can put that helmet over here if I wanted to. Kind of a carbine rifle, I guess. I'm not a gun guy. And again, that's the one that has the flash muzzle effect that goes over the front. Gray down the back, more battle damage as well. So this trooper again has seen some things. She also comes with an alternate head. So if you wanted to troop build this one and have one as a squad commander, you absolutely can. Or I could still put this helmet on here on her because it's a full enclosed helmet. So we've got a lot of ways of, frankly, not just troop building, but personalizing them, which is great. Finally, we have Eclipse. She has the same rifle as the Steel Brigade. She has the silver buckles on the shoulder, Action Force logo. Let's go ahead and move that. The Action Force emblem on her chest. I am batting 1,000 here. We're keeping that in because that's how we do it here. Her face sculpt is, again, beautiful. One thing I love, she's got like that little single braid here with a tie on here. Again, just gives her that much personality. The scarf is removable, so I could put that on a troop builder. So I could have, you know, I could have her and have a subordinate with the helmet on there, which is great. The gun is single colored. And then her alternate head is a fully scarved head. So, again, if I bought multiples of these, I could have 2 of these with the full scarves heads on them. I could put this, actually I think I will, just for kicks. Put those 2 together, now I've got 2 desert troopers. I mean, this is a lot of fun. I mean, I've got 3 figures here, and I can move around the accessories on so many different ways. Just putting the golden helmet on Killswitch here. I can mix this stuff up. This is an awesome thing for play value and frankly for army building. So I could buy multiples of the same figure and turn them into squads. I mean, look at this. The blues here are great here. So now she's helmeted up. So I could have her leading a Steel Brigade battalion, or make her into a Steel Brigade battalion. Now I want to pick up some blue Steel Brigades. I mean, look. I'm just keeping them in the poses so you can kind of see how I was doing all the different, still using the same figures. This works great. So, I mean, bravo on the figure design here. So in the end, these are not perfect figures. They are not. I made a comparison earlier of WWE versus AEW. Again, I am a wrestling fan. I've actually been to an AEW show and I had a huge good time. Now, don't get me wrong. Current WWE with the whole bloodline thing, that's a whole different tangent, but that's good stuff. But let's talk, WWE right before Vince got kicked out. That's where Hasbro is right now. They're doing a lot of, I'm trying not to get into toy politics here, but with price increases and trimming down of product and frankly how they're handling their company, it's kind of putting a sour taste in my mouth. Vala is my Tony Khan. He's making a product with a lot of heart into it and trying to give you as much as you can. These are going for about $31 each. We know about the Spider-Man coming out for $35. Okay, need I say more? These are not flawless figures by far. I cannot give these like an A+, 10 out of 10. I can't do that, not in my good heart. The tightness on these joints is kind of infuriating. Not gonna lie. To get some of these poses on here, I mean, it's a challenge. If you put the work into it, you're gonna get something very satisfying. But you gotta take a deep breath and get ready for it. Again, I'm just being honest with you guys. But with what you are getting, once it's all said and done, oh yeah, you'll be smiling. You'll be smiling. These girls are great. I let my wife, look over one. I wanted to get her perspective on it because these, I don't even mention this, these are realistic female bodies. The proportions are athletic women. I don't have overdone curves, okay? I mean, Blues Collector stuff is cool, the TV League stuff is neat, and we all know why a lot of people get them. These are women. These are women who would kick my ass, to be honest. I don't know if Eclipse here, I have to reread Eclipse's biography. I don't know if she's Israeli or not, but if she was, holy hell, she'll kill all of us. But even the Steel Brigade. These are perfect people to add, frankly, some diversity to your some diversity to your army, just to kind of flesh it out. I mean, I cannot wait for those female Cobra Troopers, to be honest. And with what you have here, I'm like this close to going to Valaverse website and ordering some of the generic troopers, and probably at least one more Steel Brigade, maybe even another Eclipse, just because I can make her into another Desert Trooper. I mean, her with the scarved head would look great with Dusty from my Classified series. So this is not, again, not my replacement for Joe. Not by far. I'll still be collecting those, hands down. Some of my other Hasbro stuff, I think I'm going to be thinning out. And these, I don't have the gotta collect them all. I think I said this before. This is not a Pokemon I need everything made out there. But it leaves me wanting more. Spoiler, I did end up getting a second Garrison Cavalry Trooper. Just because. So, again, you can get these. Some of these are on Big Bad Toy Store. I'm not sponsored. Some of these are on the Valaverse website. Again, I'm not sponsored. But these are my honest thoughts on here. If you just fast forwarded to the end, great design, great flexibility in their design, infuriatingly tight joints. To the point that sometimes I'm scared that they're going to break. They're not like NECA plastic, don't get me wrong. But if anything, heat these figures up. That being said, leave some comments down below. Give me that like. Give us a share. If you know anybody who's on the fence about these figures, feel free, send them this link. I am honest about my stuff. Check out my previous vids. And until next time, guys, as always, take care and peace.